Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
Hey everybody, this is Marcus. Before the episode starts, I just want to take a minute to talk about today. Today is Memorial Day. You know, we gather on Memorial Day and it's kind of become a thing about barbecuing and going to the lake and hanging out with our friends. But I want y'all to absolutely remember what this day is truly about. It's about those that have came before us, those who have fought to make this country great, and those individuals that aren't with us anymore. So on behalf of the Daily Biker Podcast, to everyone that is currently serving or has served our country, I want to say thank you. And to those that never made it back home, and to their families, I want to say thank you on behalf of the Daily Biker Podcast. So, there we go.
Rolling and action.
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus. If you're just now finding this podcast, welcome. I am your clueless leader, and I'm going to take you on a learning journey today. I know you all are hearing this episode, and you're like, oh, there's a bunch of noise. I know they were at TMMR before. We are still at TMMR. I'm actually recording this episode about 2 hours after the last episode that y'all heard. So it's a busy weekend for the podcast. It's a great freaking weekend for the podcast. But like always, I've got Miss Muffin here with me.
Hey y'all.
But we have a very special guest. This is a very hard get because we live all of close to 3,000 miles apart from each other.
It's a ways.
But I have the Maggie Hicks with me.
Woo! Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
So, for those of y'all that don't know, we'll say one of the newest and probably fastest growing female motorcycle social media influencers not just in the country, but in the world.
Yeah, true, actually. Globally recognized.
It's exciting stuff.
Yeah, it really
So,
is.
what we're going to do, we're going to talk about you, Maggie. This is simple. So, I memean, we know now, right now you have an ST.
Yep, I have the new 2022 Harley-Davidson Lowrider ST. Yes.
Now, you also said you had a Lowrider S. Do you still have your Lowrider also?
I wish I could have kept both, but then when I thought about it, it was kind of silly. So I did a trade-in. After 33,000 miles, we had plenty of stories to tell together, me and my last bike, and it was time to trade in. Yeah. New adventures.
So, 33,000 miles on a lowrider, that's a lot of riding on a lowrider.
That is. It really is. And
But,
yeah.
that bike hit all four corners of the country, of the continental United States. We'll put it that way.
Yep, of the lower 48.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have people that are like, what about Alaska? Okay, listen, to y'all people listening in Alaska, it's different down here. We forget that y'all exist.
I live in Vegas. I'm not going anywhere near Alaska.
I think you might have got most of your 33,000 miles if you just went to Alaska and back.
That's true. It would have just like popped up and back. I'm not sure the distance. I don't know if you know the distance.
So there's some guys that ride from Chattanooga to Alaska and back, and I think it's somewhere close to 10,000 for that trip.
Okay. From here? From Chattanooga?
From Chattanooga, which is a couple hundred miles south of us.
Okay.
So I guess in the grand scheme of things, when you talk about thousands of miles, a couple hundred miles isn't that big of a difference. So
yeah, I want to say that my all four corners was just around 10,000.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, booking it straight there, I'm wondering, there and back is 10,000 for them?
Well, I think it's roundabout.
Yeah.
It might, well, I mean, if you think about it, that trip just from, like, Washington to Alaska itself, that's a couple thousand.
Damn, that's true.
So,
I'm going to have to do it. But you know what? I would do it on Pan Am. So I had 33,000 miles on my bike.
Yeah.
But then I put about 8,000 miles between two different Pan Americas. I was going to do a trip to Alaska. I would want the Pan America.
Oh, that's
the Pan America would definitely be more I think, suited.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely like one of my favorite new bikes that has come out, and it was a really hard choice. Like, I did my trade-in, and I had ridden on the Pan Am, so I was like, oh man, like, should I go adventure bike now? I really love the bike. And then as soon as they launched the ST, I was like, damn, that's everything I wanted to do to my lowrider. Like, so
it's like, now it's here. I don't have to go out and
Yep.
and try and source all this and build a custom bike.
Yep, exactly. I was like, everything that was on it, I was like, okay, it's perfect. I'll just trade mine in, and instead of spending that money, just pay the difference.
Yeah, but now you're going to spend all this money to customize it.
I know. I just went and dumped like
Right,
somewhere around $8,000 more in it or whatever.
fine.
But yeah, it's
So,
fine.
you said that you're in Vegas, but you said you're originally from Texas,
Originally from Texas.
and you had spent some time overseas.
Yes. So I actually started riding in 2015. Me and my brother flew to Vietnam and decided to ride motorcycles across the country.
Okay.
And I hadn't ridden a motorcycle, and I didn't know how to work on bikes. And so I called my brother, who's never left the United States, barely even leaves Texas. He's just like in a podunk town, and he's happy there. He works on bikes, but he said yes to the adventure. And he came and met me in Vietnam. We bought these shitty little $270 motorcycles, went all around the north of Vietnam, through the mountains along the Chinese border. We spent like 3 or 4 weeks there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I had seen everything after that, and I was hooked. And like, I've been on 2 wheels ever since, and he is back in Texas. But that's how I learned the ropes, man. So yeah, most of my riding, I was living abroad for a long time after that. So most of my riding was done overseas until last year. So that's kind of why I'm a new face and everything. It's like, I'm meeting so many amazing people that have been in this industry for so long, and I'm like, I'm just diving in. Like last year, I was like, get me to all the events. I want to see the country by bike, and I've had the freedom because I work online. I work as a graphic designer on my laptop, so if there's a Wi-Fi connection, like, I'll make it work. So good way to see the country. Good way to come home. Coming home after 6 years, buy a Harley, see the entire United States.
So, all 4 countries. So, what was your 4 points?
So, I ended up some weird corner of Washington. I mean, it started in San Diego, and then it was some weird corner of Washington. I wanted to go as far as, I wanted to go Portland, Oregon to Portland, Maine, but with my time crunch, like, as I just touched the tip of Maine, I got word that Harley was going to let me ride another Pan Am out to Sturgis.
Yeah.
And I had like 2 weeks to get there. And I'm in Maine on my Four Corners trip, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta like haul some serious ass. So I touched it a little bit. I had lobster, whatever. Like, I ate some lobsters or like some seafood shit, and then like started blasting down the East Coast. Yeah. Didn't get to see much of you guys' neighborhood because rainstorms happened, and I was just like, I gotta go pick up this bike. So barely touched Pensacola, Florida, and I really wanted to go all the way down to the Keys, but for sake of time, it just was a constant time crunch. So if I were to do it again, I'd give myself more time to do it and not like commit to anything on the back end of it that's gonna have me like rushing, because I heard about like so many cool ways to travel from the people I met too. So like, I brought a tent with me. I threw down sometimes the sun was going down just on the side of the road. Like, and then if I needed Wi-Fi, I'd stay at a nice RV park. And I met so many friendly people there. And then I heard about Bunk a Biker. Have you guys heard this?
No.
Bunk a Biker is kind of like the couch surfing for bikers.
Okay.
So when you're doing a cross country, you get on Bunk a Biker and you know your route. You can find people who will let you stay at their house as you're like on the road. Something worth checking out. I still haven't used it yet, but I only found out about it after my trip.
Of course,
Of course. So there's so many cool ways to travel through the country, like hitting all those points. And then I blasted across to Texas and had to go pick up a Pan Am to get back to Texas to finish.
So with your riding, have you thought about doing a Hoka Hey?
What's a Hoka Hey?
Some hardcore riding. It's like somewhere between, I think, like 10 to 11,000 miles, somewhere in like 10 to 11 days.
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay, that would be pretty gnarly. So I did do like, I didn't record it, but I did an iron butt because when I bought my bike, I was living in Las Vegas, but I hadn't established residency there. Yeah. So my residency was my dad's house in Texas. They're like, okay, cool, you just bought this bike, now you gotta go register it in Texas. You need to do a VIN inspection in Texas. 1,300 miles from Vegas to Austin, so I just like, I booked it. But going from West Coast to like the center of the country.
Yeah.
Fucked myself on the time zone. So
Oh, yeah.
it was on the way out that I hit that 1,000 mark coming out. And I was running from that freak snowstorm.
Oh, yeah.
I got stuck in Texas for that, and then it was like as soon as I was warm enough to hit the road, I was like, bye, and
Yeah,
like
bye.
1,000 miles under my belt, just like keep going, like get me far away from this snow. Like,
Well, everybody in Chattanooga was like, wait, a snowstorm in Texas?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, what?
And then we were all mad because we didn't see anything.
Yep.
We're like, why can't we get snow?
you guys did not want the snow that Texas had. It was just like
Yes.
overwhelming, and like we drive big trucks in Texas, but nobody knows how to drive in the snow.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to deal with it. There are still people paying off like $60,000 debts in repairs for pipes breaking. Like, we Texans need to stay away from the snow.
Yeah,
We would have sent you it if we could. Like,
I'm sure.
I've got a friend that actually lives. I can't even think of the name of the town, but he's about, I think he said like an hour and a half north of Dallas.
Okay, nice, yeah.
And we talked about the snowstorm and stuff like that that he experienced.
Yeah, it
And they
was
were without
wild.
power, I think, for about 2 weeks where he was at.
Yep, that was kind of
So-
the typical story. Then you go to places like Milwaukee and they're riding motorcycles in the snow.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
on the lake and
Yeah.
they're doing that crazy stuff. And I'm like, we needed to like bring some people in to help us with this. Sell us your snow shovels. We don't know what to do with all this.
So, I guess it's for 2022, you're part of the Harley Davidson Rider Story series that they're doing?
I've done a video for Rider Stories. I'm a Harley Davidson ambassador, brand ambassador.
Okay.
That's what they call me. So I show up to events. I do a lot with women's riding and
Yeah.
trying to promote that. And I just became a rider coach. So
Okay.
That's cool.
I try to be the number one person to go to about safety stuff. And like
I'm a-
safe riding, put
Yep.
your pants on. And nobody got time for road rash, but I am
Right,
now
yeah.
a rider coach for the Riding Academy, and I look forward to getting more people on to
So, I am actually a brand ambassador for a company that I failed to ambassador the brand on. This right here.
Okay, what is it? Are you gonna say it?
So,
Are you gonna do the plug now? Are we ready for that yet?
it's Chattanooga Beard Company.
Okay.
So they do trims and all that other stuff in town, but they also have a website and they will ship worldwide.
Okay.
So, but they make all their own products. So this is called Church Warden. So this is actually a beard balm.
Ooh, that's got a nice smell to it.
Yeah, they do. They do it.
Ooh.
They do some good
I'm
stuff.
gonna have to check them out. My
Well,
boyfriend has a beard.
So I
Get
grew
him
up.
to
I grew
set
up.
it
I grew a beard. Right at about 4 years ago, and it's so funny because I'll meet people and they're like, "Oh, how long did it take you to grow your beard?" And I'm like, "I don't know. That was 4 years ago, and I can't tell you how many times I've trimmed it up since then."
Well, we just saw Billy Gibbons last night. Are you
Yeah.
gonna go for that? Like, is that gonna be the look eventually?
No. So my thing is, once it starts getting, I wear a full face all the time, and once it starts getting too long,
yeah.
and it starts dropping down that full face, that just gets on my nerves. Like guys do it, and it's not like I see people and I'm like, why you did that? For
that
me,
helmet
it's
beard.
that tickle. But of course now with that AGV with the chin curtain too, it starts to push up on
And then
everything.
it's gonna start growing up.
Oh, yeah.
So, but which is nice because with my comms inside my helmet, my beard is almost like a second dead cat.
Oh yeah.
It works out pretty good.
That's
for
pretty
me.
great. So my ex-boyfriend had a really long beard and he looked like the Viking, but if it came out of the helmet, we rode everywhere when we were overseas. We were living in Indonesia and he'd throw a helmet on, and then by the end of the ride it looked like kind of like a jellyfish or something. I don't
yeah,
know, but it was like all matted up and just on the part that hung below the
Yes.
helmet. It was no joke, such a mess to get like managed after that.
Yeah.
But
Well, you know, I see a lot of guys with the nice long beards and everything, but mine is like so thick
yeah, that's
that
a
I
lot.
think I have a good length on it. It has a good nice shape to it. I start getting longer, I feel like it would be a lot more work for me to take care of
true.
because as thick as it is, it's already a lot of work. I actually use
You could like put stuff.
I use a
Right? Yeah.
and Matt with Chattanooga Beard's going to kill me when I say this because I tell him all the time and he's like, don't
Don't say it. Don't say it. He's
But-
about to say it. Get ready.
I
Get ready for it.
use a metal dog detangler brush to comb my beard.
That's pretty great.
That is about now he can
It's
tell
taboo.
you
It's
he
taboo
ru-
in the beard
when
world.
he runs a brush when he runs the brush through my beard, he's like it'll get stuck. Like he can just do it and just let go and it's like Velcro.
Yeah, yeah.
So he does understand why I use it, but he's like that's not a good practice.
not good. Not good.
So-
in the barber world. though.
But
You gotta come up with something
okay.
new. So on the road, what do you take on? What's in your road kit? You must have
brush.
the beard
My
kit
brush.
though, just the brush and this
So
and this product that
when
you
I
pulled out. No?
when I travel, okay.
Okay.
So typically when I travel, I have my beard shampoo that's specifically designed so it doesn't strip everything. I'll have my balm with me, and I have my brush.
Okay, that's pretty simple. That's
Yeah.
That's not a high maintenance beard. No.
So mine's so thick that the oils don't get stripped that much, so I don't have as much problem. What I tend to experience is the dry skin is harder to get out of my beard. So if I spend a lot of time washing my beard and getting it nice and clean, I don't have as many issues as other people do.
Oh, okay.
So, but it doesn't take a lot. I mean, right now, this thing is so disgusting. The dust is like just trapped.
It's got stories.
It'll
in
take
it. Yeah.
it'll take
It's
a
got
week
some-
to get the dust,
some road
all the dust
miles
out of the
on
beard.
it,
So, but for you, you lived off your motorcycle, so you want to talk about packing a
Yeah,
kit.
definitely. So I've gotten this question like a few times, and I think it's a really good question to answer. It's like, what are the things you just like, the one thing you cannot travel without? And when people ask this question, I have to say, I am the wipe queen.
Yeah.
I got wipes for my face. I got makeup removing wipes. I got booty wipes. I got, wipes for everything else. Antibacterial wipes, because I don't like hand sanitizer. So I bust out the wipes. Just a big Ziploc bag with all the different types of wipes you could possibly need. And that will save me. There were, I think the longest stretch was maybe 4 days before I saw water. And then it
Well, I
was
was going to say, I'm sure you start to take
jump right in.
you take a shower for granted until you don't have
Until
one.
you don't got one. And then
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
like, even the shower I did take, it was like, I just jumped in a river. Like, I had met up with some buddies, and I'm like, I'm really happy to see you guys, but the first chance, we were going into Yellowstone. I'm like,
Yeah.
first body of water we see, we are stopping, and I need to, cleanse myself.
So are you using
of
the
the
shower
miles.
house here, or are you using the creek?
I should be jumping in the creek, but people keep telling me there's snakes out here.
Well, I'm sure there's snakes.
I
It's
don't
Tennessee.
forget, water moccasins from when I was a kid and having to watch out for those. So
Right, yeah, no.
Well,
I'll put
keep in
my
mind,
feet in for
we
sure.
we do still have rattlesnakes out here.
Okay,
as
I
much as
believe
they
that.
tell you
Yeah.
we don't,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do.
We have everybody says we got them in Vegas too, but I haven't seen any. I think they're few and far between.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
somebody was saying that this is not the place we would be getting in the water, which I put my feet in. But I've been at the shower house.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to some of the things I've seen, it's not that bad.
Well, how is the? So you're staying in the glamping.
I am in the
And
glamping.
I don't know what they want to
Bougie.
call those. It's like air conditioned teepees or something
Yes,
like that.
exactly. And that's kind of weird for me. So only even until recently had I even stayed in an RV or anything.
Yeah.
That never was camping for me. It's always just throw stuff down. I didn't even stay in campsites, actual designated sites with a restroom for most of my trip because I just forgot that was a thing until I remembered, and I was like, oh, it's nice to have facilities at a campsite.
So
Maybe you have neighbors. We have what's BLM land. I don't know how much of that you guys have out here.
Not very
a lot.
much.
Okay, so there's designated OHV areas, which is all the off-road areas, and
Yeah.
they usually let you camp out there. But then there's straight Bureau of Land Management land,
Yeah.
and a lot of that in the West, especially up in Utah.
Yeah.
And it's if there's a dirt road and it looks kind of paved, and you see a fire pit, there'll be
Yeah.
signs
Yeah.
if they don't want you there, but you can just go out and just disperse camping.
Well, so out here, a lot of what would be BLM
Yeah.
land is state-owned property, and they turn it into essentially state parks, conservation areas.
okay.
So that's
Yeah.
why we have so much green out here.
I was gonna say, it's
And that's why
impressive.
too, I don't know, when you came out of Maine, I'm assuming you probably kind of traveled down the coast a little bit.
I did the major highways, which was a bad move.
So you'll see sections though where it's miles of nothing. It's just woods.
Yep.
Well, you literally might be in the middle of a national forest.
Okay.
I mean, both sides of the
Yeah,
highway
yeah,
is national
yeah.
forest. It's what?
That's nice.
But see,
though.
that's when you're driving out this way,
Yeah.
and even here,
Yep.
you'll constantly see the brown signs on the side of the road. It'll have writing, but the sign will be in a brown color.
Okay.
It's state park. It's state land.
Okay, cool. That's
So
good to know.
yeah, so they do a lot of. It's not the same as BLM. It's more land conservation out here.
Yep. And then do they set up designated camping sites? Do they invite people
Yes.
into that? Okay.
Yeah, for the most part, all of them do. There might be a handful here and there
Yeah.
that are no,
Yeah.
and it's only because of what some of it is. So out your way, you have a lot of Indian reservations.
Yeah, exactly.
They came from this area.
Yeah.
So that a lot of the areas here that is state land and stuff like that they don't allow camping is historic Indian territory.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So,
that's good to know.
Yeah.
I swear, I'm coming back. I'm going to explore more over here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, if you could do it, coming out to the East Coast, even
Yeah,
spending
would love
just a
to.
couple weeks.
Yeah, it would be so rad. I'm
So-
going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen because last year my trip was like kind of cut short.
Yeah.
And now that I also know people, awesome people over here that can recommend some things too, and you
Yeah.
can ride stretches with people. Because on my trip when I was doing the West Coast, I solo did it across the country, but I would meet up with friends at different
Yeah.
points.
Oh, yeah.
And in the West Coast, I had like tons of people. It was super easy to go camp and
Yeah.
meet up with
Yeah.
friends along the way. But then when I came out this way, I was like, oh shit, like I don't have as many connects.
Yeah.
But now that biker community, that biker family has grown, which is super awesome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'll have, like,
Well, it's
people to visit out here.
it's one of those things, like you said, with the West Coast, you have all those friends and you have all those connections on the West Coast, and it's like for us, we're on the East Coast, and I've got that on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I can go to Florida
All
and
up and
Georgia
down,
and
yeah.
Alabama and Kentucky and all that other stuff, and I've got those connections,
Yeah.
whether it's literally family or friends of mine.
Yep.
And I'm slowly stretching to the West
Oh,
Coast.
yeah.
I've got a good listener. We'll give him a shout out, Ben. He's out. I tell him all the time he's in the country of California.
The country.
But
It exists.
he's
It
invited
exists,
us
yeah.
out there, and I would love to go, but I don't know if I want to go to California.
It's true. So well, the nice thing about Vegas is California's like the border's 30 minutes from us.
Right.
Right, yeah. So
So about an hour, we have, I want to say it's Baker. So we'll go to Baker because it's California and you can cut in and there's Dumont Dunes. So we
Yeah.
got the dunes. And that Southern California crew loves the dunes out there too. So
Yeah.
there's Glamis is down in Southern California, but then
Yeah.
it's super close to Arizona. So you can pop over and stay in Arizona.
Well,
so,
like with us,
Yeah.
we're like 8-9 hours to Chicago.
okay, yeah.
We're 6 hours to the beach in
Yep,
Florida.
Yep.
I mean, we're an hour into the Smoky Mountains.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
You drive
So-
like 4 hours out here and like you hit a few states, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
You can if you want to, yeah. Where-
Yeah. If you're headed south on like whether you're on 24 or 75, you can cross Tennessee in like 3 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy, yeah. Where I feel like, the West, you got to travel a little more. You can,
Well, Texas, it takes 2 days to drive across Texas.
dude, I know. You're telling me. That's like half my journey out there. Almost all my 1,000 miles was in Texas.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love Texas, and there's so much different riding even in Texas. I feel like I haven't done enough. Like, one cool thing that I did go do in Texas, and it's worth checking out if you haven't heard of it, is the Three Twisted Sisters.
I've heard of it.
In the hill country.
Yeah.
So I'd heard about it, heard a couple friends mention it, but my dad used to have a Harley back in the day and hasn't been riding since. And I've been dying to get my dad on a motorcycle trip. So I did a little bit of riding with him when he came to visit me overseas, but not anything like, I don't know, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
So for his birthday this year, it was his 60th birthday. I was super stoked. I flew in to Texas, and the weekend before his big birthday party, I got linked up with Eagle Rider, and we got Eagle Rider rentals, and we took those out to the hill country, just me and him, and rode for a whole day through Twisted Sisters, stopping at little barbecue joints in the country. They have a motorcycle museum there. It's like the Hill Country Motorcycle Museum or something.
Yeah.
Probably gonna mess it up, but if you look out that way, you'll find it. And it's a private collection of motorcycles from a
cool.
guy that had raced his whole life. And there are a lot of Harleys, or a lot of different bikes, but some Harleys imported from Australia, and because he was from Australia, so the shifter's on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool collection to stumble upon out
Well,
there.
in I guess it's going to be about 2 weeks, I'm going to lead a dealer ride from our dealership
Okay.
down to Barber Motorsports Park. And I
Okay.
don't know if you know a Barber or anything like that. So Barber is one of the largest collections that there is. They have a whole museum
okay,
there,
yeah.
but they also have a racetrack that was on the Indy circuit. They've done MotoGP races on that track. Porsche does a Porsche driving experience at their track.
Nice.
There's another big company that travels around that's based out of Las Vegas. They have all the exotic cars.
Yes.
They will go to that track a couple times a year and do the
Cool.
riding and stuff like that. So it's super dope to go be able to do something like that. And
There's probably some really good gems like that all up.
Yeah, I would love to get out to. I think I would probably enjoy something more like Vegas, getting out there and riding that, because I'm a fan of the Old West.
Yeah, we did Route 66 in December.
Yeah,
with
I would
a little
love
strip
to.
in the north of, in the northern part of Arizona, just a little leg of it. We stayed at the Route 66 motel, where it's like all Route 66, everything. We ate at the Roadkill Cafe. Like, there's nothing like popping into a saloon on the route.
So did you go stop and see the town that the Cars movies is modeled after?
Oh, I didn't even know that was out there.
Yeah, there's a town off of Route 66 that literally the Cars movie is modeled after this town.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Now you're gonna have to go back and do it, right?
It's not far for me. Like, 'cause so we did a little stretch of it, and then we went down into Sedona. So Sedona is maybe just a little over 3 hours, maybe 4 hours from Vegas. You ride south, so. I had friends that they couldn't get their bikes down because it's winter, so we did Eagle Rider rentals, and that was such a good way to do it. And they'll do tours and stuff, but not on Route 66, but in that area is this town called Oatman as well. Little saloon town overrun by donkeys. Everywhere they walk into the stores, something to check out. If you guys are wanting to come out west, you have to let me know, because I will give you a laundry list of things. And then I have to link up with you guys. We gotta go ride.
I want to see Monument Valley. I want to ride through Monument Valley so bad.
Yes, it's anything in Utah. If you have never been through Utah, please go. Maybe cut this part out because we don't want too many people to know Utah's cool. We're trying to keep it.
We have a secret street in Chattanooga that's been given away on the podcast so many times. I tried to keep it quiet so much.
Okay, nobody listen, but Utah's fucking rad. So anything in southern Utah, going through Monument Valley, I did it by car a few years ago. I still haven't ridden through it. But then you get anywhere near Zion, and then there's this Highway 12 around there that goes through this city called Boulder and up through Escalante.
Yeah.
That highway is insane. When you ride through Utah, you think you're on another planet. It doesn't look like here, at all. It's
I saw
planet.
something a couple weeks ago, and I was like, that would be a cool ride. But they had to piece it together because it doesn't actually exist, but someone took clips from the movie and pieced it together. But it's the route that Forrest Gump ran across the country.
Nice, yeah.
And I was like, that would be super cool to ride that.
Is it called the Forrest Gump Cannonball or something?
That's what they need to call it. Well, Cannonball.
Yeah,
I'm a big follower of the Cannonball series.
I only know of it. I haven't heard much about it, but I heard during the pandemic they had an uptick in people beating the records because they had nothing to do and there was no traffic out. And they were
there's a YouTube channel called VinWiki.
VinWiki? Okay.
And VinWiki is actually an app that helps people with their more an exotic cars.
Okay.
To be able to keep a more personal record.
Okay.
Because, if you run a Carfax, it's this car was totaled. But the guy that might have owned that Lamborghini was
I did a cannonball in it. I did this.
Right. He can also, if the car was rebuilt, here's all the information. Here's exactly why it was totaled. Because some of those cars, it might be, it was hit the rear corner panel and it cracked the rear corner panel, and that's $80,000 to fix, and the insurance company totaled it out. It's that doesn't total a car just because that money. So, but the guy that is the guy that started VinWiki held the Cannonball record back in 2009.
Okay.
So he's got all these other people that have done the Cannonball. Even the most recent record holders have been on there, and they talk about the Cannonball all the time.
That's
on
awesome.
their
Okay, I have
channel.
to check it out because I need more information on this.
Yeah, I wanted to. So the Cannonball motorcycle record was also set during all this.
That's I swear, 2020 was I kept hearing. That's how I started hearing about it. Was just because people are another one just did it again because it's nobody's out.
Well,
on the
so
roads.
I don't know.
Cops aren't doing shit.
I don't know if they are the current record holders, but Doug, and I don't know what his last name is, but he has a company called Switch Cars.
Okay.
And basically he is a broker.
Okay.
And then I think the other guy's name is Ernie. But he's with a company that does a lot of Audi performance parts, Volkswagen performance parts. And they did an Audi, I think it was an A8.
Okay.
But made it look like a Crown Vic.
Oh, God.
Like a white Crown Vic with black wheels. And that's what they did their Cannonball in.
Oh, that's
pretty
smart.
But like these guys, I mean, they've got like 75-gallon spare gas tanks in the
Not
trunk,
stopping.
and
Yeah,
they're running like
nice.
night vision goggles.
Yeah. Oh
They
my
have
God.
people. They've got friends
Wearing
all the way
diapers?
across.
No.
Yeah, well, they've got
Probably.
friends like all across the country, like doing spotting for them. They've had people in airplanes flying for them.
That's true, yeah.
They'll have the fuel stop planned where they'll pull up to the pumps and guys are already there waiting on them to just boom, start
nice,
pump.
nice.
They will literally block off gas pumps and they'll run like
Yo,
2
that's
pumps
intense,
into the vehicle
yeah.
at one time.
It's interesting, like,
But somebody set a motorcycle cannonball record during all that.
yeah. It's cool
So-
how many freaking crazy things like that people do with vehicles in general, like motorcycles, and then how many like subcultures under each of those things. Like,
Well,
you
my
got those
thought-
people, and then like my favorite thing that I heard of, like relatively became familiar with, is like the Gambler 500 and shit.
Oh
where they get,
yeah.
like, take those
Yeah.
shitters out and go race them, and like
So,
or the lemon.
There's
the
some
lemons.
the 24 hour of lemons.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And you
Yes.
just go and go. And my brother just likes to build shitty cars and work
Yeah.
on shit piles in Texas. He's like,
Well,
you
so-
want to be my second driver? I'm like, I don't trust anything. you
So,
build." But it
there's
sounds
a-
cool, like knowing that
Right,
this
yeah.
exists and that people are like spending all year building stuff and
There's some
getting
guys
ready
in
for it.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
They didn't do it during COVID, but they kind of started their own little lemons thing,
Yeah,
and it's grown. I think last time they did it, they had about 30 or 40 cars.
That's awesome.
But it's on it's like a cannonball.
Okay.
It's like I think they go 500 miles, but you also can only buy $500 on the car. But they basically here's point A, here's point B. You get there how you want.
Just get there how
Yeah.
you get there. Yes. I like that too.
That sounds
So,
interesting.
yeah. I mean, there's this
So
one
many
guy that
subcultures, so,
like he.
events, things going on.
Well, there was a guy that had made a reservoir
Yep.
to drop like this super sticky oil, continue to feed it into the engine because he had a lifter going bad. That's how he bought his car so cheap. So it would continually dispense the sticky substance to help keep the lifter operating.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
crazy.
So
but-
janky. But
So janky. Yeah,
janky.
janky is the
Yeah,
perfect word for it.
perfect
That's
word
some
for that.
janky stuff right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
So-
That's great.
I gotta ask you because we talked about it briefly the other day, and I'm starting to experience it.
Yep.
But to get out there and people see you and go, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Or people know you're gonna come out here and they're sending you messages and they're like, "I'd love to meet you while you're out there and stuff."
Yeah.
What's that like?
I think so. One thing that I love about the internet is like there's been several moments where like some of my friends even here I met last year, and it was just like, oh, we follow each other on the internet or something, or know
Yeah.
you from the internet, and it's kind of weird because people think they know you via the internet.
Right, yeah.
And then they meet you and they have some pre-existing idea too.
Yes.
So there's a little bit of pressure with it because you're like, I wonder what they think of me. Because honestly, I'm awkward as hell. Like I've had so many girls meet me and be like, you're so much easier to approach in real life. Like I was scared you were gonna be like a hard ass, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm the biggest goofball. I don't take myself seriously. So there's like that element of it too. But
Yeah.
it's like, it's cool. Like it's kind of cool to be a little bit more public, see more people that like
Yeah.
recognize me, because then it's like I have an opportunity to make that many more friends, and I'm a
yeah.
super
Well,
friendly person.
and you know,
Yeah.
the upside too, and I think everybody that is trying to do this type of stuff,
yeah.
it's almost one of those things where you have to use it to your advantage. You have some other friends that you've met now, whether it's through the social media stuff or not, that have a little bit bigger followings.
Oh, yeah,
and it's
definitely.
they tag along with them.
Yep.
And
It's
be like,
that
hey, here you go.
cross-promotion,
Oh,
yeah.
So, and it's like how I've got JC James Dupree from Jackal on my intro, and it's like, I had an in, and I was like, let's do this, and it's like, okay,
Take
cool,
those
boom.
opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you never know who someone's going to end up being either, too. Because, like, when I got started out last year, like, nobody knew who I was. It was just
Yeah.
this weird gypsy that came out of nowhere and was just doing wild shit on the bike and, like, showing up to events and, like,
Yeah,
drunk wheeling into crowds or whatever,
yeah.
just being a hooligan. And people are like, wait, who is this?
Who
And then
is
I'm like, getting to link up with other people, like, it grows that network. Like, there's certain
Yeah.
people you'll be in contact with that you didn't know. And then, like, I've done podcasts sometimes way back with a podcast that you didn't know was going to blow up later too.
Yeah.
Like, I've been one of the first people on that or whatever. Like, and we're all, I think, relatively supportive, especially in the motorcycle community and stuff. This is a good niche to get into.
Yeah.
And it gives you a little bit more, like, we all live this every day, but when you publicly show that, it's like, you need no introduction. As if I walk in, everybody knows motorcycles, I'm doing this, I'm doing stuff with Harley, and if they've seen any of my stories, they know I'm a good time. Like,
Well, I have had someone tell me that for our podcast, they think it's really neat because a lot of this type of content does usually come out of like the West Coast.
Yeah, it's true.
So now you have someone coming out of the Southeast,
Yep.
and it's not like, oh, this is just somebody living in the Southeast, because obviously my country twang is hard to hide.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like
It's
you
nice.
listen to it, and it's like, oh no, that's a guy. He's in the South.
Yeah,
When he says he's
exactly.
in Tennessee, he's in Tennessee.
Yep, exactly. And I love that. And like that gives people a reason too to like reach out to you when they're coming out this way. Like you said, you've got these dedicated listeners. It's like people want to hit you up. They know you're friendly from your podcast. They know they can walk up and have a conversation with you.
Well, and I think with the podcast, you're talking about meeting people and them kind of having this preconceived notion about you.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's a little bit different with a podcast because I'm myself on the podcast.
It's true.
70-something episodes in, for anybody that's listened to the whole thing,
They
they've
are
got a
good
pretty good idea of kind of what I'm about when it comes to motorcycle stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
I want to change that up and do more of that.
they might, if they spend enough time around me, they might kind of start to pick up on some other things that aren't necessarily on the podcast. But I think for some people, if they listen to it, truly listen to it, and not just listening to the words, but listening to some of the emotion and how things are said, they can kind of pick up on some things. Because I've done episodes where, I'm beat. I talked about it. I think it's now probably about 15, 20 episodes ago. But I recorded an episode 3 days after my dad passed away.
Oh, man.
And the emotion that was there was so many people that were like, I really appreciate that because you could hear the rawness in it.
Yeah.
Me and Daniel that's on the podcast on the regular, we did an episode when we were in Panama, an hour after we got into Panama, after we rode 400 miles.
Yeah.
So sit down, you're beat, you're tired. That weekend, I had to deal with a bike night on Wednesday night, a bike night on Thursday night. We had a party at the shop on Friday night. We had a Leaders rally at the shop on that Saturday night. And then I get up to ride 400 miles to Florida, and you could just hear it.
Yeah.
It was like, I know he's tired. You can listen to it and hear that raw emotion. So
well, my condolences to you as well.
I appreciate it.
That's so sad to hear, but it's like,
well,
I think it's a good part to show too. Like I even appreciate that. There's some people that I feel like it's funny because you meet them in person, they like almost idolize you a little bit too. They put you on some pedestal because of the amplification your voice has or whatever. Like, and it's like we're all people. Like, like we all get tired. We all go on these things. We're all like spread super thin or trying to tackle this while balancing this and family and life and all this stuff. Exactly. And like that's the human aspect of it that sometimes through these venues, whether it's like this that you won't see. Like I don't like some people are really good at hiding that. And some of the people who are doing tons of stuff on say like Instagram, like my platform's Instagram, like some people that are really big up there, you meet them in person and they're the most introverted people ever. Like, and it's crazy. Like, and they're just kind of found their niche and their thing that they get to like, their little pocket of the internet they get to live on and stuff. But and then I feel like those are the people that you meet in real life and you're like, definitely not who I thought you were.
Well, it's like
you're completely different.
You're completely different. I try to bring some authenticity. I'm definitely not very serious in my stuff. I think I was more serious when I was trying to get noticed. And then it's just trying too hard. And then it's like, I'm going to be goofy on.
Well, that's like with this, we talk about, it would be kick ass to have sponsors, have people sending us stuff or paying us to promote them and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? If they don't, whatever, because the conversations that I have and I record are conversations that are already going to happen.
Yep, that's true.
So it's to the point now where it's, and I was never doing this for that to try and get that stuff. Yep. But now it's like I feel an obligation to the people that listen to this because they want to hear it.
Yeah.
So I give them that, and there's days where it's rough and it's tired, but I push through with it and do everything I can. I mean, I've recorded podcasts super late at night. I've recorded them super early in the morning.
With motorcycles ripping around on the middle of TMMR.
So, we actually recorded a podcast last year at TMMR with the motorcycles driving by and everything. And that was way back. That was probably in the first 20 episodes.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't know where we're going to be at on the numbers, probably somewhere around episode 70.
Yo, that's awesome. And that's the thing, is like, keep sticking with it. Like, it's just growing your network. It's like giving people valuable resources too. I mean, like, any event I go to and talk to people, ask about how they travel, like how they get here, what do they like to do, like camping spots, this, that, the other, like anything that I do and gets me from event to event, or like routes I find, places I need to go visit. It's all because of just like real conversations with real people telling about their stories and their journeys and what's worth checking out and stuff. So like, this is a great opportunity to share that. Like, we've all got different stories too. And one of my favorite things is that no matter what story we have, it brought us to two wheels, and it's on two wheels that we're friends. So like,
Right, exactly.
I
appreciate that about it. And I've got friends in all sorts of places, all different stories, and I learn from them every single time I chat with them.
There's so many people. I've talked about it on the show, but there's so many friends that I have that I wouldn't have if it wasn't for motorcycles.
Yeah,
Exactly,
It's so true. There's a motorcycle family for sure.
I mean, I've got people that are like blood to me.
Yep.
That, I mean, Scott and Shannon, guys that I met literally riding on the side of the road, and they look at me and they're like, "Man, that's a nice bike," and I'm like, "I like yours too." And then we run into each other a couple weeks later at bike night, and we just hit it off and go from there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And those experiences would have never happened if it hadn't been for motorcycles.
True, yeah.
It's very true.
So
That's the daily biker thing, you know?
Yeah, well-
talking about what it means to be a daily biker, like, you know, having that network and that friends and that camaraderie with people. I feel like even if you're not riding, if you meet someone and I like in a bathroom, I had some girls come up to me and I had my helmet with me.
Yeah.
Like, do you ride a motorcycle? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do you guys ride a motorcycle? They're like, yeah. I'm like, can I see your motorcycles? And we go out and like, I don't ride with them for maybe like 2-3 months, but then this event pops up in the Mojave Desert, and I'm like, I'm gonna hit up my friends from the bathroom.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
It's my bathroom people.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, you know, we weren't riding together in that moment or anything like that, but it's like that we're still daily bike. It's like that mentality.
Yeah.
We have that connection right off the bat,
Yeah.
like
Exactly,
without
yeah.
even having.
Well, and I'm sure,
So,
you know, with what you do, because you also work with Elitas,
Yeah.
and you do Riding Academy.
Yep. Riding Academy. Yep.
So for you, it gives you get a lot of opportunities to not only meet, but also inspire girls that
Exactly.
are first getting into riding and those types of
Exactly.
things.
I love
Because,
it.
you know, like you said, you started in 2015.
Yep.
And I'm sure a lot of people that meet you are probably like, "Oh, you were riding when you were a little kid, weren't you?" And it's like,
No, it's true. Yeah, I
It's
wish.
like, no.
Oh man, you'd see me on the track when I was like 5. I'd be like a pro by now.
I didn't get my first street bike till I was 25.
Yeah.
There you go. So 25 was when I went across Vietnam. Was when I like started hitting the road. Like
Yeah, so
it's never too late though.
Well, you know, I
Always
was talking
tell
to some
people.
guys on the trails yesterday, some older guys, and I've always wanted to get into dirt bikes. And
Yeah.
I was talking to one of the guys, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm 53," and I was like, "Well, how long you been riding for? I mean, you ride good." He's like, "Oh, I've only been riding for like 4 years." I'm like, "Oh, there's hope."
There's hope.
Yeah.
There's hope
There's
for
hope.
me. Yeah. And it's so true. Like, it's so true. This riding community, this family, it's built up. It's got years. Like, there's a huge history to motorcycle riding and everything, like all the different cultures, from racing to dirt to off-road to all this.
Yeah.
And it's never too late for someone to just jump in. Any aspect
yeah.
of
Well,
it. Like, at any time. And there's, like, I'm now coaching these classes, so I get to see all these people who are wanting to do this.
Yeah.
And whether they stick with it or not after the class, who knows? But, like, that first experience is really important, too. And then everything from that. If you have a bad experience, like, it kind of ruins things after that. But, like, no matter what, we always just, like, positive experience, no matter what the outcome of this, is that we want people to get stoked on this.
Right.
And I've got ladies coming in. I think we had a lady in one of our classes who's 60 years old.
Oh, nice.
Spent enough time on the back, it was time. I did a giveaway the other day. So I do, one of the great things about working with Harley Davidson is often I get to do some of the new Riding Academy like giveaways and promote it and stuff and run these social media campaigns. And I got to give away 6 Riding Academy courses last weekend. And these ladies, one of the winners that I picked, she actually wanted to get a trike, but it was because her best friend, I think it was something like Sassy Celine was her Instagram handle, and they were older women, but her best friend was riding a motorcycle for so long, and she just wanted to ride with her. She wasn't too sure about the two wheels, maybe eventually, but she wanted to go take the three-wheel course.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. So I picked her. Happened to be Sassy Celine's birthday. They left me voice notes. They were so stoked, and that's the kind of energy that keeps me going back and doing that. Let's bring more people in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Once they also get that culture and the dealerships providing events is a huge part of that too.
Yeah.
It's getting people super amped about it. So
Yeah.
I love being a part of that. It's yes, inspire. Let's inspire people to get in this.
Yeah.
And let's not if people don't have as much experience as you, I'm I still learn from those people.
Yeah.
It's am I gonna slow my shit down?
Well,
that's when I get better at what I'm doing too.
one of the things that I kind of preach with the full-time job working with a Harley dealership is the motorcycle community is changing.
Oh yeah.
People talk about all the time was, are younger people buying bikes? And they are. They might not be buying them as fast as what some other people did.
Yeah.
But, Harley especially, there's a younger generation coming into Harley, and they're buying bikes, and they're doing this stuff. And I think the motor company is seeing that now, and they're making those changes, and they're doing good things to adapt to that younger generation and bring them something that they want. But, I mean, you look around, you have people of all different age groups, but I would say at least 50% of the people here at this rally is 40 and younger.
Yeah.
And for anybody that's in their early 20s listening to this going, 40's old, no, trust me, when it comes to the Harley community, 40's young.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's true. There's a lot of stuff on the West Coast, too, that I know of where it's the Builtwell guys host the Kernville Camp Out. That's super fun. And that's a young crowd, and it's very West Coast. There's a vibe to it. It's all the West Coast guys, coming out.
Well, and, talking to Jeff G. Holt with V-Twin Visionary.
Yeah.
He loves coming out to the East Coast, and he's like, there's so many guys out here that they get it.
Yep.
And the thing is when we build our bikes, mine's not necessarily set up to ride long distance on.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple 100 miles, no problem. You can do it all day, every day.
Yeah.
400 miles, you're ready to get off of it. I don't necessarily have a seat that's designed for 400 miles.
Yeah.
Designed for 400 miles. But when you come out and you ride that East Coast, you go, 400 miles out here is different because we're not 400 miles of straight two-lane blacktop.
Yep, exactly. You're getting a lot in for that.
Yeah.
It's not that straight away through the desert with the horizon on the far side.
Yeah. I mean,
It's true.
People don't realize, 100 miles through the mountains, that's some work.
That'll beat you up for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, about all the bike culture too, is especially Harleys, I think, is their customization. It's every bike is as unique as the rider.
Yep.
We all look from afar, from the outside, like a bunch of tattooed hooligans with these shiny chrome bikes. But then you start looking at the ink, you start looking at the bikes, they're all super unique and they all have stories to tell and super fun to
There's no other brand in the world that has as much customizability as what Harley Davidson has. But not only that, there's no other brand in the world that has something that Harley has, and that is it has captured so much of a market share that I don't care. These guys that are out here, this guy cruising right now
with a sidecar,
with a shovel head, sidecar. If he has a problem, he can get the parts.
Yeah.
There's guys running around out here with flatheads. If they have a problem, they can get parts.
Yep.
There's no other brand like that in the world that you can keep a 100-year-old motorcycle going.
Yep.
And it's because there is so much aftermarket support.
It's true. Yep. There's a culture in and of itself of that. It's like that whole market for just aftermarket Harley parts and customizations. Yeah. I think it's fucking great. It's another reason. I went shopping for motorcycles. I am a ride anything kind of person. If I'm in another country or something too, and there's a bike to have in that country, it's always fun to kind of do it local style. Royal Enfields through India or whatever. Do some of that stuff. Or there's some other funny. I'm trying to think some of the other funny ones. But every place you go to has a culture kind of like that too. And it was cool. I was talking to Clint, my buddy Clint, who's photographing here, he photographed the Mama Tried show.
Okay.
And this year was the first year that Mama Tried went to Brazil.
Yeah.
Because they had guys come out and say, we have the culture for this here. Like the same thing we're doing down here in another country. Come check it out and throw your event there. And they did it. This was the first year, and supposedly it went really freaking well. And that's cool to see as well. Is that it spans over to other places. And one of the best things that motorcycles bring is, of course, the family, the friends, that like unspoken camaraderie. And that's just it. It's unspoken. I've been riding in countries with people who did not speak English.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter, man. Like as soon as like we got together, didn't matter. We had two wheels, and that brought us to that moment, and it was all we needed to form that bond and like share that time together. So
Well, you know, I was talking to Daniel that's on the podcast. 5 minutes in. Well, a couple minutes in, not quite 5.
Oh, that was at
But
least
anyways,
20.
we will get to our game. I told you about how this game works.
Okay.
And of course, I'm going to tell you now, you come out to the East Coast,
Yep.
hit us up.
Definitely.
I'll get you back on the podcast.
I'm so excited to come back and visit you guys. It's always that first meeting and then the second time where the friendship's like this.
Yes. All right, so
How many?
take 3 chips.
3 chips.
It's time for Chop Ride Sale.
Okay.
Hopefully you know what they are, because earlier I had to explain what they are. So
Okay, there may be one that I might not know.
okay, I gotta get different. I'm
Oh,
literally
you did a redo?
well,
A redo?
2 of the chips are 2 of them that I pulled earlier today.
Oh, okay, yeah, we gotta mix those up.
Yeah.
So
Only one of these I'm gonna slaughter. I don't know.
okay. I got one that you know.
Oh
So,
yeah.
So Heather, you want to start us off?
Sure. So,
I got 2 that you know actually.
Okay.
Well, technically 3. But what you got?
I have a Panhead,
Okay.
Okay.
an Ultra Glide,
Okay.
and a VLX.
All right. So what are you gonna do?
So, I'm thinking the Ultra Glide, probably just going to ride it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like a couch.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, comfy. You don't need to do nothing with it.
Yep. The Panhead, I could customize that a little bit, couldn't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Sean Shovel's customized.
Yeah.
Because I'll customize the pan, sell that VLX.
All right. You want to go next, or you want me to go? You still thinking?
I'm still thinking. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have a Royal Enfield Interceptor.
Oh.
Okay.
So not many people know what that is, but I'm sure you do.
I actually do. Yeah.
So an e-bike. So this is a basic chip. Just means electric motorcycle. So
Okay,
whatever
anything
electric
electric.
motorcycle that
Okay.
I want. Okay. And a road glide.
Yes, one of my favorites.
So I'm actually gonna customize the road glide.
Okay.
I'm gonna go full performance bagger on that. I'm actually just gonna ride the Royal Enfield.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'd be a fun little bike to have. Just you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. just
scoot
to
around
cruise
on.
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna do any long rides or anything like that,
Nothing too
but
crazy.
that would be something cool and interesting to have. You know, that's up with me about the Harley culture in Asian countries.
Oh, it's.
I was like, it's intense. Dude.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I was like, these guys, some of the stuff that they do, it's like, holy crap. And some of the stuff that they're doing is before anybody in the States is doing.
Yep, it's true.
Because they're, for some of them, they're having to adapt what they got.
It's
because
true,
they might
yeah.
not have a dealership down the road.
Yep.
So, you know,
Yep.
I don't know what, with the inverted forks on a bagger and stuff like that.
Yep.
I don't know if that's where it was done first, but when you get on Instagram, a lot of those guys got it
They started
because
doing it,
that
yeah.
was what they had over
Yep,
there.
yep.
You know, for them, you know, junk race bikes around the corner, pulling parts and
I
stuff like
know,
that.
that's
And
what's
that's
so
like
nice right here,
was it MJK? I think is what it is. They build the performance parts. They build all these performance parts for baggers and stuff like that.
Is it MGK? MJK.
No, MGK is Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
Maybe
MJK.
listen to this. I know this.
I, I know
It's
people are going to
MJK,
hear this
maybe.
and
Yeah.
be yelling at it. They're like, ah.
All right, leave in the comments. You know, somebody correct us and
But you
inform
know,
us,
the stuff that
Yeah.
they do,
Yeah.
they built race parts
Yep.
for like the MotoGP style motorcycles.
Yeah.
And now they're building all these parts for the Harleys.
Yeah.
And they're building some dope stuff.
Super cool stuff.
So
Super cool stuff. There's so many things popping up that like catch fire too. It's like a trend will come through, and you're just like, dang. That's
yeah,
sick.
like
and
for
what's
me right
nice-
now, it's the Baja Design lights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
I
those,
want the
yeah.
Baja Design
There you go.
headlight.
Yeah. I think it's cool though too because that opens up a lot of like I feel like business opportunities. Like I was just talking to somebody who he like custom fabricated his own like mini bike that got picked up in Milwaukee or somewhere too. Now he's mass producing them because it
nice.
took off and it's like now like catching fire. Like their thing is so freaking cool.
Nice.
So there's so many skilled, especially like I don't know, industry people as well too, that can go off and it's like you can work for a Harley dealership, but you can also now branch off and make a small business out of running these parts and things.
Yeah.
And like I love buying aftermarket parts. Don't get me wrong, I'm all Harley, I'm all in on Harley, but also to support those small businesses, those like companies that are
for
doing
me,
that,
you know,
and providing that to our community is like
I don't
it's
really
cool.
have anything on my bike that, I mean, they're smaller companies, but all the aftermarket parts that I have on my bike, the guys at corporate know every single one of those brands because
They're
it's some of
familiar
the
with them.
biggest
Yeah,
brands. You know, I've got Bassani exhaust, and Saddleman
they're
seat,
big ones.
Thrashing bars,
Yeah.
S&S components, and it's like, oh yeah,
I actually, shout out to them. What's up, man?
What up, dude?
Did you race this morning?
Once again, no. But like
We only derailed a little.
what?
That derailed a little bit.
That's okay.
That's funny.
I hit
He's
pause.
been
I hit
friends
pause of a
with-
major
Let it, yeah.
conversation starter when you pull into the gas station, stuff like
Okay.
that. The e-bikes, I mean, they're cool, but I don't even.
But
I got
don't
a
know.
Road Glide and a Royal Enfield.
Yeah. Let's just say it's the first Harley one they did, and you just sell it for a ton of money because it's so
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, it's serial number 1 live
Yeah,
wire.
exactly. There you go. Exactly.
So, what you got?
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure this one. The Ducati
Ducati Diavel.
Diavel. What's
So
that?
it's like a muscle cruiser. So it's
But it's a cruiser.
It's imagine Ducati. Imagine Ducati
Yes.
making a cruiser though.
Okay. That's kind of hard to picture.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
imagine a
think about it now.
V-Rod on steroids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's good to know.
what else you got?
A
A Silver Wing.
Is it like a Goldwing?
So it's the baby Goldwing. So a Silver Wing was
The baby
a
Goldwing.
500cc
Okay.
version of a Goldwing that they made in the 80s.
Okay. So that's the one I'm customizing. That,
Okay.
that would be cool.
Okay.
If it's been like it's got some history to it.
Yeah.
I've seen some custom gold wings and what they're doing with them, and I'm like, you know what? If this is like a baby one, that'd be cool. There's
Yeah.
probably some like weird subculture that it could fall into.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was gonna say ride the Deluxe Heritage, but now I'm curious about a Ducati Cruiser. Ooh. I don't even know what it looks like or what its ride's like, but I'm gonna ride that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna sell the Deluxe Heritage because I've ridden it. Like I like it, and I know it's
Yeah.
worth something, and somebody else will have a good time. I'll sell that one because I've been there, done that.
All right.
Trying new things.
Well, Maggie, tell everybody where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram at the Maggie Hicks. I'm on YouTube floating around. There's not much up there, but I will be releasing some Pan Am stuff. I put all my promo videos on YouTube, just Maggie Hicks. And you can find me on the road. I'm going to be at events all summer. Might see me at Sturgis. If you do, you can run up to me and approach me. I'm way friendly in person. I'm not unapproachable. Like maybe a little tipsy, just always
fine.
even friendlier.
Well, so-
Come say hey. I love meeting new people. I love seeing people in person. And anybody who hits me up with good routes or says they're passing through
Yeah.
anywhere near Las Vegas,
Yeah.
I'm usually down to ride and show them where the good
Yeah.
spots are.
So guys, go to Sturgis, find Maggie.
Yeah.
She's very
Don't judge
easy.
me.
She's very easy on the eyes, but guys, if you're below 5'10", just don't go talk to her. 'Cause she's not.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.